Hey everyone, Greta here. Today I'll be sharing with you a very effective drill to keep the elbows from flaring out when you're doing a dolphin and when you're doing a pincha mayurasa. We need a prop today. This is going to be a killer. When I get my students to do it, they always complain, they always whine, but they know it's good stuff, even though it's hard stuff. One of the reasons why the elbows keep flaring out when you're doing dolphin and or pincha is because we are relying too much on our upper traps, that we're not really feeling a lot of the power coming, the support coming from our serratus anterior, which is the sides of the ribs. Basically, it's a big muscle, and I'll put it somewhere so you can have a more detailed look, but you can feel it really happening in the side ribs. It's also called a boxer's muscle. When you see a boxer, they do like an uppercut. They have all these really sharp definition, like right around the side ribs. That's the serratus anterior. So if we don't activate those muscles, then they'll just stay dormant. They don't want to work. So that is why, and the traps, they love to do basically everything, and even things that don't really need their help too much, they still want to jump in. So that is why. All right, so you want to grab a block, and mind you don't want to have too heavy of a block. I mean, if you want a bigger challenge, go ahead, grab the heaviest block, the cork ones that you can. For me, this is good enough. We'll start with a more gentler version so you can be more familiar with the movements. So we will be on our forearm tabletop. So what we need to do is we need to be placing our block in between our forearms. I would suggest you to place a block closer to the wrist part and definitely keep the elbows free. If not, you won't be able to move the elbows. All right, so what we need to do is, I'll just find a place to do it. So what you need to do is you need to start here, okay? And, oh, great. Okay, she's not moving, I'll move. So start from here, forearms, squeezing into the block, especially feeling the elbows want to hug in a little bit more. Try to scoop your butt in, shoulders away from the ears, and a slight hauling in the chest. So you don't want to come into a cow shape. It's more like a cat without dipping the chin down. Keep the forearms pressing into the block. Press the palms down, lift, and down. Once you come down, make sure the elbows don't relax. The forearms and the elbows still want to hug in, up and down, up and down. Do a few of these just to get used to the movement. Okay. And also keeping your abs slightly hugging in, your pelvis in a posterior tilt, i.e. not scooping up to the sky, your butt. Okay? This is relatively easy, really. It's not that difficult. It's simple and it's easy. It's quite accessible. Once you get used to this movement, you are going to do it in a dolphin. Everything is exactly the same. No need to ask any questions. Just repeat it in dolphin, because everyone would start asking questions like, oh, really, do my knees need to lift, blah, 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 all the stuff. So the dolphin doesn't have to be very, very tight. Okay, because the tighter it is, the more challenging it is. Start here. Okay, shoulders away from the ears, elbow hugging in, and slightly engage your lower abs. Keep the upper back spread, and then when you're ready, lift and down. Make sure the elbows come down together at the same time, and maintaining the engagement. The forearms still want to hug into the sides of the block without collapsing. And you feel that you need to keep the upper back really spread and the chest muscles engaging. One further note, when the elbows come down, they must touch the floor before you lift back up again, because I've seen people doing really, really cheeky things like this and then up, this and then up, or like they kind of wiggle, like they would do everything just to easier way out of this exercise. It looks simple, definitely not easy, but just give it a try. I would suggest you to film yourself when doing it because there's a lot of body parts that you cannot see, and because it is challenging. You are really making those dormant muscles to work and they don't want to work. So the body would do different things, similar but very, very different, in order to make the movement work, including like swaying of the body, maybe arching the lower back, things like that. So make sure you film. And we're always looking for quality and not quantity. So don't set too high of a goal. Maybe do like 3 for now. You'd be like 3? Yeah, 3. Once you feel you have a very solid 3, amp it up to 5, and then slowly adding it up. It's boring, I know, it's nothing sexy, nothing fancy, but it does do the work. You always have to do the uninteresting things in order for that really fancy shape to happen in a more effortless way, a more graceful way. That's it for my sharing for today. Hope it's helpful to you. Like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. And I actually do hold regular inversion classes like pincha handstand, tripod, and support headstand. So if you are interested in those shapes, like learning those shapes in particular, or just have a more general yoga practice, I have those classes too. All you need to do is just DM me, either IG or Facebook, and I host them in person and online. Take it easy. Bye-bye.